recording and let's
Oh,
begin.
thank you for recording. We can go back to it. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. You have been invited to the Google Classroom, and I've all my previous recordings on there as well. So you are very welcome to watch them. They're on YouTube, so you can just go ahead and see where they take you. Um, right, I'm going to start with going to Google, just showing you where I'm getting my picture for today. Now, I already shared this specific presentation or this lecture that I recorded in the first semester with you, but of course, I would like to work through this with you as well. So, just showing you where you will go and get what you need. All right, so I just went to Google and I just entered road background here, and it gave me all these roads, obviously, and all of them are beautiful. But we need a road that we can, that it must look like our car is driving on the road. Now, let's look at some of these roads and see why they probably won't work that well. Unless you are going to go very deep into stop motion and be able to resize things like that. So let's say, for example, let me look for a straight road, this one. So let's say, for example, we were to choose this road. What kind of car would we need to make it look like it is driving on this road? Well, of course, you're going to need a picture of a car that is facing forward or either going that direction or coming this direction. So the car is only going to be seen from the back or from the front, and that picture will start out big. And of course, as the car is driving, it will become smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And so, of course, you can use a regular picture and you can resize it to become smaller, 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 smaller. Okay, the reason why I chose this one is because I want my car to go this way. All right, so we can actually choose a picture and we can make the car drive all along that road. Okay, now what kind of picture are we looking for? We are looking for a regular vector image. Now, what is a vector image? A vector image is something without the background. Okay, so what I did was, in the meantime, I took this image and I put it in the background. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how it looks on my slide. So let me just go to my slide and I'm going to open my slide. Here we go. So I've taken that picture and I am now ready to get a car and I'm going to make that car drive along this road. This is, of course, very introductory, very basic, very easy. So I chose a little image like this because it's a picture and my car is also going to be a little picture. So it's going to match. I think it would have looked silly if I had a photo background with a picture car. So now I've got both. Okay, so the picture that I found was on Vecteezy, and you guys can actually go ahead and look for Vecteezy online and you can find free vector images. And what kind of images are you looking for? You're looking for PNG images. And if you watch that other video that I uploaded already on Google Classroom, it is going to show you exactly how you can get that image. And the reason why I'm not showing you right now is because that would require you signing in and me signing in, and that you can sign in with Google or you can sign in with Facebook. And I obviously want to skip all those steps. So I have already gone and saved my image. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my little car. This you can see is Vic TZ vintage car, and it has to be a PNG image. And that those kind of images don't have backgrounds. So even if you look in this picture, you will be able to see it looks like it's got a white background, but it doesn't. All right. So I'm going to insert it, and you will see that even though this square or this rectangle looks like on the preview, it looked like it was white, it's actually transparent. So that is the kind of image you are looking for. You're looking for a transparent image. Otherwise, I'm going to have a white background all along my picture. So you don't want that. Now, of course, if I put this car here, it's going to look a bit strange. I'm going to have to resize my car quite a bit. And then I'm going to put my car on the road. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is you need to find a background, and the second thing you need to do is you need to find a car or a vector. It's a kind of image without a background or a transparent image, and it has to be PNG. All right, so you can decide if you want this car to drive onto the slide. In other words, come in from this side. In other words, first only the nose will show, and then it will show like this, and then it will show like that. Of course, you can do that, or you can actually have the picture start in the frame like this. Okay, I'm starting like this just because it's gonna you will see it's quite a lot of duplication for us to make this image move. Now, if you know a little bit about stop motion, you know that when you do stop motion, and they also do it with animation in Walt Disney and all over the world, is where they duplicate a lot of pictures and they just make a part of it move. And if you play it in fast forward or whatever, it looks like the Mickey Mouse is dancing, it looks like the car is driving, and so on and so on. So what we need to do is we need to start with, let's say, a car over here, duplicate the slide, and then we're going to keep moving this car a little bit forward until we get to the end of the slide. But we can't do it on one slide. We're going to do it as many times as we need to make it look like the car is driving. Okay, so let me show you. This is where we start. Now, if you wanted to show something on your first slide, like for example, happy road trip, if you wanted to add like a balloon flying across the sky, if you wanted to add something that will move with the car, maybe you would like just married being towed behind the car, I don't know. If you want anything to go along with this car, then you would have to add it now, and you will group your image together. We're all going to do that still, so I'm not going to spend too much time on grouping images and ungrouping images, but all of that will have to be done now. So the duplication of the slide will start now, and you cannot change things unless you want the balloon to appear halfway through. Okay, but in the video that I uploaded for you guys, you will see that later on I showed you how to add a balloon, and the balloon looked like it was flying across the sky. So for now, I don't think I'll add that, but of course you guys can add anything you like. You can play around with this, and of course you can even add like a dog that is running. You can add a ball that is rolling. You can add a bird that is flying. But remember, to make it look realistic, you're probably going to need different images of a bird if you want the wings to be open or closed. And also remember, the further it goes, the smaller it gets. So in this case, our card doesn't have to resize. I will also give you a very nice video that I saw on YouTube made by someone else about a UFO landing. And in that video, they show how to resize images to make it look realistic as you are moving your images along. All right, so we are going to quickly start, and we're going to copy this over and over and over. Okay, here we go. So we're going to take this slide and we're going to say duplicate slide. Right, so now I've got two. So I don't touch this first slide again. All right, that is now my starting point. So I will now go to my second slide, and I will take my car and I will move it forward. Okay, the secret is, and what I just did is actually I moved my car down a little bit. So a steady hand will obviously be good. So you just take this and you pull it forward a little bit, just a little bit. Go. Now you go back to the slide where you just did that, and you will say duplicate slide. Then once again, you take your car and you pull it forward a little bit. Then you go back, you say duplicate slide, and in this slide, you will move your car a little bit. Okay, I may be moving it a bit too much, but anyway, it's gonna take quite long. As you can see, you should basically move it like millimeters, like one or two at a time. And then once again, I will say duplicate slide, and I'm gonna take my car a little bit forward again. All right, so I'm gonna do that a bit faster now because I think you've got the idea of what I'm doing. and I'm saying duplicate slide and moving forward. And as you can see, my hand is not very steady at the moment, but hopefully that guy is going to move so fast you won't be able to really tell that it's not always level. Okay, like I said, this is an informal class today. This is not in the model outline. This is just for fun. I'm just showing you something that I hope you will try. And hopefully send me whatever you've done so that you can impress me. All right, so I'm just carrying on, and as you can see, I'm already at slide 13, and my car has probably moved, what, 2 centimeters? So yeah, you will just keep going, but don't worry, it's going to be all worth it in the end, because this car is going to drive off the screen and you're going to see it. I noticed the other day when I viewed my presentation, you guys told me that you're not able to see it when I play it. So there is a possibility that you won't be able to enjoy it while you are sitting in class. But if you view this video afterwards, you will obviously see it very clearly, because when I record the classes, you will be able to view my presentation. Oh, my kids are fighting. Wonder why. All right. There we go. So now we just keep going like this, and we keep going, and we keep going, and we just move that thing along, and we just keep going. Like I said, to have something more realistic, don't move it too much every time. Just move it like a teeny bit. This score has gone a little bit higher, I can tell. Okay, so maybe as a way of helping you. Did I move this already? Did I say duplicate? Now I can't remember. Let's do it anyway. So a way to help you is maybe use a line. I should have maybe put the core on this dotted line so that I can see if I'm moving it up or down. That may have been a good idea. Have I moved it already? Yeah, okay. Ooh, so let's keep going. I'm already at slide 28 and the score is still going. Yo, I shouldn't move it so much, but I think you guys are getting the idea. So very soon, I think I will stop and show you how it looks. Okay, so I'm going to stop for now. Of course, I would like to keep going, and then eventually my car is going to reach the end and probably drive off the screen. So, because obviously you can move these images to go off the screen, and here in the white arrow. So it won't display, maybe just a little bit of the tail or something like that. And then the next slide, it will be gone. Okay, so if you look at the top, you will see our car started here. And if I press down, you will see my car is moving. Okay. Now, it's very similar to when we view it, and that's why I'm pressing it down. That is simply because you said you can't see it when I view my videos. Okay, so if you now continue, let's say, for example, you are satisfied with the way it looks. You are happy that this car is moving nicely along the way you wanted it. Now you are ready to time these transitions. Okay. So you will go to transitions, and here you will see at the moment it is 2 seconds, right? Which is not going to make look like this car is actually driving very nicely. Even 1 second is too slow. So I would recommend half a second just to make it look a bit more. So what, half a second will be what? I can't even count like that. Let's start with half a second, and I'm going to apply it and I'm going to view it, and you guys must just watch the video, I guess, to see if it worked. Okay, so I'm just quickly, oh, before I forget, when you make it advanced, just remove the mouse click, because when you say mouse click, it's going to wait for the mouse click. All right, so it's going to advance on its own, right? And it should be going after half a second. Okay, so let me view it and I'll tell you if it's working. Oh, it's still looking for the click. All right. So I should apply it to all, obviously. So the first one I said on mouse click advanced slide, but the second one is now also. So every time, just remove the mouse click. It looks like it saves that for all. If you guys found or find a faster way, of course you can do that. So I don't have to do all of them to see if it works. Let's just do the first 10 and see if it works. Now, when you do this, it's going to go view, back, view, back, view, back all the time until you are satisfied. Okay, so I'm just going to see if this works now. Still not. Okay, I guess I should say after what? Let's try something here. 0.05 seconds. Apply to all. Let's see if that works. Okay. Yes. Okay, you can't see what I'm seeing now. Oh, I see my car is not level. Okay, but you guys will see it when you watch the video. So the car is driving along my road. The only thing I think I should change is I should make this car drive just a little bit faster. Um, so I'm going to say 0.25 just to make it look like the car is at least driving at a normal speed, which means that I should also change this one to 0.25. Apply to all. Here we go. Go. Yeah, okay. This is much better. If you wanted to go even faster, I guess you can even take it down to 15. Like let's try 15. 0.15, and that is not even 1 second. That is less than a second. And we say 0.15. Apply to all. Here we go. And I'm sorry you guys can't see. Oh yeah, this car is driving so nicely. Okay, I think it's fast enough. Right. Now, it goes very quickly because as you can imagine, I have said apply to all, and I've got 31 slides, but the duration of my presentation is like 2 seconds or 3 seconds because the car is driving or moving every 15th of a second. So how many of that do we find in a second? What, 6 or 7? So 7 moves in a second. So I guess this is about 3 seconds. Okay. So this car is now driving. I'm sorry you guys can't see it. I don't know why, but you will be able to see. But I can show you by clicking the down button, like I showed you earlier. Um, the way it drives on when you view the presentation is just a lot for. It's just faster and it looks more real. Okay, so we are happy with our stop motion. The car is driving. So when you make a video or when you create a presentation that's supposed to look like a video, you obviously would like to also you would obviously like to save it as a video as well. So let's say, for example, you would like to save it as a video and you would like to upload it and on Facebook as a video file. Okay, so what you do is you will go to File and then you will click which one is it now? Export. Yes, you're going to click on Export and you're going to say Create a Video. All right, and this is going to create a video. All right, but you can't just click Create Video because as you can see over here, it says it's going to spend so many seconds on each slide. All right. It also says use recorded timings and narrations, which is definitely what we want to do. In this case, it will say do not, and this one will say yes, but I would not like 5 seconds. So there's a little bit of experimentation that will have to go in here. So what I would recommend is when you guys decide to do this, just take this whole presentation and make about 5 copies of it. Like you can say copy 1, copy 2, 3, 4, 5, and then take these presentations and just experiment when it comes to saving it as a video. Also, you can just save it as a presentation and you just make it start automatically, which is anyway what's going to happen. And then when someone clicks on view presentation, it will view like a video anyway. So let me show you a little bit about what I meant with adding things to this presentation. For example, if you wish to add different things that will move along with the car or something like that, or things that will appear alongside the road, I guess you can actually make this car go through to the other screen. And if you want it to still keep going, then just copy the same background, but then add features to this. For example, a stop sign or a road sign that says beware of wild animals or something like that, and move the car along as well, and it will still look like the car is driving even more. So if you wish to add something like, let's say for example, you wish to add a balloon or something, you can do that. And you can add a balloon. Let me draw a balloon here. Attempt to draw a balloon. Okay, I've got a balloon. Now, of course, this balloon will have to be copied. um, let's copy this balloon, and of course, it will have to look a bit realistic, like the balloon is floating. So I'm also just turning this so that it looks like it's flying a little bit like that. And of course, it's going to need a little bit of a string. So I'm using this, let me just go to shapes to show you. So I'm using this free drawing, what do you call this shape? Curve. There we go. All right. It's clicking on my balloon. Now it's moving my image. Let me just select it again. Let me just draw it. This is obviously where you click every time you wish for it to, and then double click when you're done. I'll show you how to do that later. Okay, so I'm adding this to my balloon here. Okay, just changing this color. Let's do it to a nice pink color like that. No outline, otherwise it's gonna look fake. It's looking fake already. We should add some levels of depth and stuff here. Ugh, let me just do this. You can actually add effects by going to shadow and edges and things like that. Will this help a little bit? Yeah, it's good enough. Okay, so my balloon is now looking like this. Okay, did I move my background? Yep. Okay. Ugh. So I just want to group this thing together. So I'm just selecting that. I'm selecting the string as well, and I'm right clicking and I'm saying group. This is something that you will learn next lesson in PowerPoint. Yeah. So this, click, hold in control, click again. So now I've selected the two parts of this one picture. Right click on the picture and say group, and you group it, and now it's just one balloon. Okay. Otherwise you've got a string and an oval floating around. Okay. So here's my picture. I'm going to copy it. Okay, in the next slide, I will paste it, and it will paste it exactly in the same position as on the first slide. But to make it look realistic, of course, I will need to move this balloon a little bit up. Okay, copy again, paste, and it will paste it in the exact same spot as from where I copied it. So it copies it from slide 2. Now I need to move it a little bit again, and probably also turn it a little bit to make it look a bit more realistic. Copy again, go to the next slide, say paste. Let it go a little bit higher. Copy, go to the next slide, say paste. A little bit higher and maybe a little bit more like this now. Okay, copy, go to the next slide, paste, and once again, a bit higher. Copy, next slide, paste, a little bit higher, and maybe turn it again to look like it's floating in the wind. Copy again, go down, paste, higher, turn it a little bit, copy, down, paste. And of course, one can go on for quite long by just moving that one balloon in the picture. So always remember to copy from the latest and then pasting on the next slide, and it will put it exactly in the same position, moving up, turning a little, whip, there we go, copy, next slide, paste, up, turn, a little. Okay, copy. I'm probably boring you guys so much. Okay, up again, turn. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here and let's see how it looks so far. Okay, so I've added a balloon. So I'm just gonna press down arrow, and you can see that balloon is floating in the sky. Not looking too unrealistic, if I may say so myself. So you can choose what you wish to have go up in the sky. For example, leaves, a feather. We tried it with a feather. The problem with a feather is you're gonna have to save quite a few vectors of feathers to make it look realistic. So you're probably gonna have to have one feather that looks like it's lying down, the other one like it's up vertically. Oh, you know what I mean. So a feather might not be a good idea. Something else that likes floating is, for example, a cloud, I guess, if you wish to make a cloud. The secret is just always copy from the spot where it is and then pasting it there, making it go up a little bit more. Copy, go up a little bit more. Copy, go up a little bit more. I should probably turn it a little, otherwise it starts looking like it's some strange thing. Copy, go down, paste a bit up, copy. I'm not going to do the whole thing, don't worry. Just want it to go off I just want to show you how it looks when it goes off the picture of it. Did I say paste? I guess I did. Up, turn it a little bit, copy, paste, copy. Okay, I'm almost moving it off the screen. Okay. Okay, it's becoming difficult to turn it. Yeah, so I'm just going to make it float. Copy, paste, and it's going to go off. Copy, paste, moving off. Copy, paste, a bit more. Copy, paste. Okay, whew, let's stop for now. Okay, let's see if this balloon is looking realistic. Okay, I'm going to press down arrow to make you see it. All right, so it looks like that balloon flew off. Now, I will just view it once for the sake of you guys watching this video afterwards. So if I view it in view, yeah, it looks nice. Yep. So now I've got a little car driving, and as I am watching my car drive, I'm watching this balloon float away in the air as well. So yeah, I loved this when I first saw it, and I've enjoyed playing with it a little bit. So of course you can get very creative. You can actually build a house on here. Oh, should I do this? Oh, should I? It's gonna take a while, but let me say, you can make a brick. Let me do this. I'm gonna do it fast. So I'm going to use this first slide. So if you are looking for a challenge, make yourself a little brick like this. Obviously, you can make yourself a really nice brick. Okay, choosing a fill effect, a gradient fill effect like this. Choosing a nice color. Obviously, a brick is about that color, but we wish to add a little bit of an effect, and we would like the effect to be a black kind of effect, and we want the outline to be looking like cement, so we're going to choose a gray color, and we're going to just make it look a tiny bit thicker like that. So now I'm gonna, as the slide progress, I'm gonna build a house. Okay, so once again I start and I say copy. On the next slide I say paste, and now I take the same thing and I say paste again. So leaving the first one there, placing the next one next to that. Okay. Now I'm saying copy, next slide, paste, taking one brick, copy, paste, building it now. So our first slide had one brick, our next slide had two bricks, the third one three bricks, and every time you will take all of them with you. Copy, paste, and then just take one extra, and you will put it somewhere like this. Obviously, going to the next slide. I think one of my slides moved. Oh, anyway, it's doing it again. Copy, next slide, paste, and of course take one extra brick, copy, paste, putting it on here. And of course now it looks like we are building a wall. And so you go on and on. So if I view it from here, okay, of course you need to continue all the way if you wanted to make it look nice. Yeah. So if I had to continue, then my brick or house or whatever I'm building would be done. And so you can go on until you've got something nice. All right. Who has a question? All right. You don't have to have questions. I'm just going to quickly stop presenting and go back to you guys. All right. I'm going to just quickly stop my recording as well.